ECOWAS is to deal with such situations. Let me state here that all ECOWAS countries, 15 of us, have signed on to the protocol on democracy and good governance. That in itself is a commitment to ensure that we all stick to democracy, constitutional rule, and good governance. However, as we all know, some heads of state have veered from the charter, and have gone for third term bids, and President Alpha Condé is one such. Let me state that when something like this happens, let us not assume that behind the scenes there is nothing happening. I can assure you that when anything of the sort happens, behind the scenes, the heads of state, knowing full well that yes, the country has signed on to the protocol, the charter, but at the same time, it is a sovereign country, have done everything behind the scenes to engage with that colleague to step down on such occurrences and to stick to the term limits. So what you see from the outside is that everybody is relaxed, but that is not the case. There's a lot of engagement that goes on. And if we take the example of Guinea, if you recall, there was a referendum after the change of the constitution, part of it, there was a referendum where people lost their lives, citizens lost their lives in protest, and so on and so forth. No, ECOWAS could not have and did not sit aloof or stand aloof and watch this happen. We engaged, and I was even part of delegations that went there, sent by the heads of state, went there on about 2 occasions to engage with all stakeholders and to try and stop this, and engage with the president as well at the time to try and stop this. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. Now, on the issue of whether we should have preventive measures, I think that is very important. And probably what we should be looking at now, in view of what is happening, is to amend the charter so that ECOWAS can have more stringent measures proactively to deal with such situations. So it's something that is being looked at. I am told, I have not verified, that there is something that has been done. It hasn't gotten to the level of the Council of Ministers to go to the heads of state. But in view of all that is happening, I think it's something that maybe we should be looking at to actually forestall some of these situations. But when you do all the engagements that are necessary, whether it's from the heads of state level or from the level of the Council of Ministers, and the person says that this is my country, we are a sovereign country, there's not much that you can do. But applying pressure is what we can all continue as ECOWAS, as the African Union, international community at large, so that these things do not happen. So yes, probably the time has come for us to look at what to do to prevent such situations using very coercive means. I think West African democracy is very robust. We are doing very well. Once in a while, yes, you will have all these situations happening. We've had Guinea, we've had Mali, we've had even an attempt in Niger. But the important thing is for us all to continue to commit to be on the path of democracy and good governance. And I think that we are doing well, 15 countries. We've gone through elections in many of the countries, and I must say that most of the countries have done well. Most of the countries have stuck to the presidents have stuck to their two-term bid, bid for being in office. And a typical example who just exited was President Isufu, Niger. He did his 2 terms and he left. And I can just see that happening in most of the countries. So I think we are committed to it. On the issue of the former ministers, the military junta did have meetings with them, and I'm told that they all agreed to um, to make themselves available if the need arises, to answer questions if the need arises. Of course, their passports were taken away from them. They were asked to hand over all the ministries to the chief directors. And so they have stepped back. But I don't believe from with the information that we have been given that any of them um, are in custody. There's none of the ministers who is in custody, but of course they've been asked to step back and to make themselves available if the need arises to answer questions. So for now they are okay. The only issue that is of concern to us is the fact that I'm told their bank accounts have been frozen. So that's an issue of concern. But otherwise, I believe that they are all doing well under the circumstances.
Finally, Minister, a question.
Going well, no food crisis of any sort. Let's not forget that no sanctions. The only sanction that has been placed at the moment on Guinea is the suspension of Guinea from ECOWAS. No other